Algeria's hostage crisis has been brought to an end, but it's come at a high price. 23 hostages have been killed, at least 7 of them on the final day when special forces stormed the remote gas plant. A number of others are still missing. Now here's what we know about how the crisis unfolded. At 5 local time Wednesday, the attackers hijacked 2 buses carrying staff on the road from the In Amenas complex to an airport. Then the fighters broke through the gates and overran the living area, taking hostages. They took more at the gas plant and reportedly laid mines around the complex. Algerian troops surrounded the site. Then on Thursday at around noon, the hijackers tried to break out of the main gate. This then triggered a 2-day siege, as Paul Brennan reports.
The first photographs to emerge of what happened at In Amenas show hostages kneeling captive in the desert. And in other pictures broadcast by Algerian TV, the gas workers are seen grouped against the wall of what looks like an accommodation block. It's not known how many of these people survived what was to come. Army helicopters swooped over the complex as the remaining militants and their captives were cornered by Algerian special forces. But hopes of a clinical rescue operation and the release of at least some hostages have been dashed with the latest official bulletin. Workers from Britain, the US, Japan and Norway are among those still unaccounted for. In Norway, the Prime Minister himself has visited the families.
It has been a very emotional meeting with the relatives, and I expressed my heartfelt sympathy with them on behalf of the Norwegian people. And I also expressed that the Norwegian government do what we are able to do to try to save lives. And we stay in direct contact with the government of Algeria.
The plant's co-owner, BP, is also bracing for grim news.
Sadly, we're not able to confirm the locations or the circumstances of 4 of our employees. Tragically, we have grave fears that we may have fatalities from this group. We're working very closely with the families, providing them information, counseling, and other needs. We continue to work very closely with the authorities.
Publicly at least, the militants had offered to release hostages in return for the freedom of Islamist prisoners. But it seems the gunmen may have had little intention of negotiating. Workers have described how the militants went from room to room hunting for non-Muslims.
They started to shoot at us, so we went back to the bedrooms, but we heard the Japanese men talking in English and the terrorists shouting, "God is greatest." And we also heard the sound of shooting. The next day we went back to the base and we found their dead bodies.
Algeria's uncompromising military tactics have attracted considerable international disquiet, but its close ally France has defended the hardline stance.
Hostages have died. They were killed in cold blood, and if we needed any justification of the action we have taken against terrorism, we have got it. The taking of hostages in Algeria is a tragedy.
In London, to meet his British counterpart, the US Defence Secretary declined to criticise Algeria and instead issued a warning to the militants.
We cannot accept attacks against our citizens and our interests abroad. Neither can we accept an Al-Qaeda safe haven anywhere in the world.
For years, European nations have largely ignored the presence of Al-Qaeda in North Africa. That, it seems, is about to change. Paul Brennan, Al Jazeera.
Well, Algerian TV has aired what appears to be the first footage from inside the complex during the crisis. Enahar TV says this video was filmed by one of the freed hostages on their mobile phone. The channel blurred the images of several dead bodies that were lying on the ground. We can't say for sure that the video is authentic. Well, workers from a number of countries were also caught up in this. The latest we're hearing is that Norway's Statoil is still missing 5 workers who are all Norwegian nationals. Britain says it's still waiting to hear about the fate of 5 citizens and 1 UK resident. American, French and Japanese citizens are all also unaccounted for.